Hi, this is LaRosa Johnson with WORDsearch Bible Software. I want to welcome you to another WORDsearch tutorial video. Last week we started our series called Greek Fridays, and we took a look at BDAG, one of my favorite Greek lexicons. Today we're going to take a look at another one of my favorites, and this time we're going to be taking a look at the Theological Dictionary of the New Testament. And we're not going to be looking at the full 10-volume version, but we're going to be looking at the abridged version. Now, I really like the abridged version because it takes everything that you would get in the 10-volume one and condenses it down for quick study. So that's what I really like about it, because I know a lot of you out there are pastors and are pressed for time, and you really don't have time to read a whole dictionary entry that's like a full-blown essay. So the abridged version really breaks it down and gives you the essential information that you need without giving you all the extra stuff that maybe only scholars would be interested in. So that's what I like about the Theological Dictionary of the New Testament. So with that, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the preface and some of the things in there, because the preface really gives a good breakdown in just a few paragraphs to talk about what they did with this particular version. And going down to the third paragraph, we see in preparing this particular book, it's roughly 1/6 of the original size. So we're talking about taking a full 10-volume set and taking it down to 1/6 of that. So with that, they've also made a few changes. One of those is that all the Greek words, including those in the main entries, have been transliterated, where if you take the full 10-volume version, the big Kittle, which people like to call it, it's all Greek. There's no transliterations whatsoever. But in this particular version, they've made it so that it's a bit less technical. So they've gone in and transliterated all the Greek. But the nice thing about the WORDsearch version is we've actually gone back in and added the Greek to it from those transliterations, so that you can still see the Greek and recognize it when you're looking at your Greek text. And they've also gone in and done some other things as well, such as getting rid of some of the information in the article, such as the philological, archaeological, and other supporting material, as well as footnotes and bibliographies. They've gotten rid of all that stuff, mainly to cut down on the size. And because this is an abridged work, they want to make sure that it's easier for people to read and get to the meat of what they're looking for. So they've gone in and done that as well, to pretty much only give you the important information that you need. But you're still going to get the information as far as its relation to classical Greek, Hellenistic Greek, and all the other stuff. But you're also going to get the Old Testament usage, New Testament usage. But it's really going to focus on what you get as far as from the Bible, without spending too much time on the extra biblical stuff. So that's the nice thing there. Another thing that you'll see is that there are words in brackets for the keywords up at the top, and those are really nice because they give you a nice gloss or definition for each particular Greek word as far as how it would be translated. So that's really nice to have as well. And one more thing that we've done in the WORDsearch version is, like we did with BDAG and like we do with a lot of our other Greek and Hebrew books, is we link it to Strong's. So if you have your Strong's dictionary open, you can quickly get to whatever entry you're looking for in the TDNT without too much effort. So all you have to do is just go in and put in a Strong's number in your Strong's dictionary, and the TDNTA will automatically sync to it as well. So that's really nice. And plus, we've actually also gone in and put the Strong's numbers in there for you, since TDNT does something as far as putting words together in word groups, which I'll show you right now. So here's just one entry that we have here, and it's for the word group Lego. So you don't just get the word Lego, but you get all the related words that are associated with it as well. So you get the whole word family that talk about words or speaking. So you get Lego, Logos, Rhema, Leleo, Logios, Logion, and so on down the list. So if you have the print version, all you would see is Lego, and then to speak in brackets, Logos, word, and so on. But what we've done in the WORDsearch version is we've added the Greek text, and we've added the Strong's number to it as well, so you can quickly know which Strong's number and word you're dealing with at a glance. Now let's take a look at the actual definition that we get in this dictionary. So as I said, it's broken down into word groups. So the nice thing about that is you get all your cognate words right there. So if you want to look at related words, then you have them right there in front of you to do additional word studies if you so choose. So you can go back to like BDAG or any other lexicon and do additional word studies from those books as well. So here we get our first definition in a word group. So we got Lego, Logos, Rhema, and Laleo. So all of these are related words. And then we get our definition. So first thing that we normally get in a definition in a dictionary entry like this is just the basic use of the words in the Greek world. So you get your basic definition. Then you go down and you get some information about it being used in Greek in the Hellenistic world, which is nice. Then from there, it looks at the word or word group in the Old Testament, which is really nice because it looks at both the Hebrew and the Septuagint, which again, the Septuagint is the Greek translation of the Old Testament. So that brings in a nice relation of Old Testament passages and how the word is used in Old Testament and related to those Hebrew words, so that you can actually bring in some Hebrew words into your word study and bring in Old Testament passages into your New Testament studies, which is really nice. So you get that, which is really awesome. And then you also get, again, your full-blown New Testament study in full definition with lots of cross-references and so on. And then for something as big as this particular word, since it's a very common word and very common word group, it gets broken down into a couple of different categories, such as basic and general aspects, more specific and technical meanings. You even get something as far as the sayings of Jesus and how he used these particular words, and just a whole wealth of information and cross-references. And then you scroll down, then you get your other words in the word family, and you get definitions for each one of those, and they may not be as long, they may be shorter. So that's really what you get. You get the meat of the information without all the fluff. Like if you were looking at this same entry in the full 10 volume, it'd be a whole lot longer. But this particular one just gives you the heart of what you need in order to understand the word and how it's used in the Bible. So let's say we've got our Bible open, and I want to start showing you a couple of tricks like I did with BDAC. And again, these are the same tricks, but I just want to reemphasize them and show you that you can use them in this kind of book as well. So let's say we want to take a look at sanctification. And since we're using the ACSB or NASB or KJV, they all have Strong's numbers, so you can just double click on the word. So we'll do that. So you double click on the word, it brings up your Strong's dictionary. So we see here that we're at Strong's number 38, and we're looking at the word hagiosmos. So because the TDNT is synced with Strong's, we should be able to just go back to our TDNT dictionary, and it should automatically bring us over to that dictionary entry. So remember, we were at the one for Lego, so we should be at one for hagiosmos. And we are. So we see another word group here. We see that we're now at hagios, hagiadzo, hagiosmos, hagiotes, and hagiosune. And again, we see, so we got holy, to make holy or sanctify, and then the other three words are all dealing with sanctification. And then the nice thing about having the Strong's numbers there is you can quickly get to those other entries just by clicking on them, and it'll take your other dictionaries there as well. So then you just scroll through and read the whole definition or entry and find out what you're looking for and do your word study. Then, again, if you're looking for a particular passage of scripture and say you're studying it and you're in a really long entry and you can't find the verse that you're referencing, this is when you want to bring up the Cross-Reference Explorer. So again, we make a collection for our word studies, and again, I just made one for the whole entire word studies group. And since we were just on 1 Thessalonians 4:4, we'll stick with that one. So we'll come down here, open up our word studies category, and we look for the Theological Dictionary of the New Testament. Open that one up, and we can see that we got 4 different entries here where 1 Thessalonians 4:4 shows up. So we come over here, and we can't find it just at a glance. So we come over here, click on it, and we see that it's highlighted for us, and it's hagiosmos, so we can read that dictionary entry, that paragraph, find out the information that we need, and then if we want to, go back and read the whole thing. Then we'll click over here to this other one, you scroll up, it's actually another dictionary entry altogether for a different word, but it's still referencing our passage, so that's another word we may want to do a study on. Again, another word and another word. So that's basically what you get with the Theological Dictionary of the New Testament. You get a lot of information right at your fingertips, and it's because it's concise, you can know that even though some entries may be longer than others, that what you're reading is going to be beneficial to you in your studies, and it's not just going to be a lot of fluff, as opposed to what you may get in the full-blown version. Even though it's not all fluff per se, it's more information than you may want, where this one is just giving you everything that you need in order to get your studies done. And since we're all pressed for time, living in this busy world, it's nice to have a dictionary like this where you can just kind of get in, find what you need, and get out and move on to the next part of your study. So that's nice, and that's what you get with the Theological Dictionary of the New Testament. So if you don't already have it as a part of your WORDsearch library, I highly recommend adding it to your library, because it'll really benefit you and be a blessing to your studies. So until next time, peace, God bless.